I'm doing this comparison so you can see the differences in performance between an entry-level mini LED TV and a premium mini LED TV from the same brand. I'm going to focus mainly on performance in dark scenes, which from my point of view is the most important aspect of mini LED backlighting technology. And yes, I know the ideal will be to compare both models in the same size because the dimming zones vary according to each size, but these are the versions I've got. But overall, whether the content is in a standard dynamic range or has some type of high dynamic range technology such as Dolby Vision, the performance of the C6K with its 180 dimming zones for this 55-inch size is more than adequate. This means you can perceive a good depth of black colors, a very minimal amount of blooming effect, almost imperceptible, and a very decent level of detail, more than okay for the vast majority of users. However, when you compare it, as in this case, to a premium mini LED TV, which therefore has many more dimming zones and a higher level of brightness in addition to a better picture processor, the difference is very noticeable because on the C8K you'll have almost no halo or blooming effect. In fact, the result is very close to what you will get on a TV with OLED technology, with a remarkable depth of black colors along with an excellent level of detail. And in case you're wondering, for these results I'm showing you, I'm using Dolby Vision content with Dolby Vision IQ picture mode turned on both models with local dimming set to high. So if you bought the C6K, don't be disappointed because you got an excellent model at a probably very affordable price. Even better if you bought a larger model because it will have more dimming zones, more brightness, and therefore slightly better performance in dark scenes compared to this 55-inch version. But if you have a larger budget and you want a premium mini LED TV and you really like this brand, go ahead and go for the C8K, you won't regret it. For color scenes, you should know that both have quantum dot color technology applied to their LCD screens. Here there is also an obvious difference in favor of the C8K, although in my opinion it's not as noticeable as it was in the dark scenes area. I mean, it's noticeable, but I don't see much of a problem with it, because the brightness offered by the C6K is very good for the vast majority of people, and in fact, in some conditions is more than adequate, including a very bright room. But if you want better reflections handling because you're going to place your TV in a room with a giant window where the sun hits onto the screen, or if you have a super powerful lamp in front of the screen, then the C8K is a better choice. Both models offer the dynamic tone mapping option to further improve high dynamic range performance by focusing on brightness, detail, or a balanced result. Both TVs support Dolby Vision high dynamic range technology, including Dolby Vision IQ picture mode. Both the C6K and C8K offer this automatic HDR conversion in order to make SDR content looks like if it had HDR. Both offer this dynamic color option to increase color saturation, and both offer eye protection options in case you need to reduce eye strain. Both TVs have a good gray uniformity, with the C8K being better, showing less amount of the dirty screen effect. Image upscaling is slightly better on the C8K thanks to its more powerful picture processor, although the results on the C6K are more than okay. Motion handling is also slightly better on the C8K, significantly reducing judder and artifacts that are not annoying at all. While the C6K's results are not bad, you perceive more artifacts, although very minimal and not annoying either way. Speaking of viewing angles, the panel on both models helps them to show slightly better results compared to a conventional VA panel. However, their results are not as impressive as promised on their websites. For gaming, you should know that both TVs have two full bandwidth HDMI 2.1 ports compatible with 120Hz and also 144Hz in 4K, along with variable refresh rate technologies. Their game board's design, features and picture modes are the same. The overall performance is pretty good on the C6K, but it's better on the C8K with better motion handling in scenes with fast movements, even in those with many dark scenes. Personally, I did not notice any ghosting effect on either of them, and you won't notice screen tearing since they support variable refresh rate technologies. Input lag times, both in theory and in practice, are more than okay. The C6K's performance is sufficient for most gamers, but if you can afford it, go for the C8K. You won't regret it. Speaking of the hardware, which primarily influences the smoothness of the operating system, both have the same. The only difference is the storage space, 50 GB for the C8K and 20 GB for the C6K. The design of their remotes changes slightly in terms of keys placement. In terms of color, the C8K remote looks more premium. Its keys are backlit when you move the remote or press any key, which is very helpful when using it in a dark room, while the remote of the C6K doesn't have this feature. The operating system is the same, Android TV with Google TV customization layer, both offer excellent fluency or smoothness. The App Store is obviously the Google Play Store with an excellent variety of apps and the ability of install APK files externally. Both TVs support the multi-visual feature. Both support the hands-free voice control option for searching using voice commands. Both TVs have these shortcut menus, so you can change the location of these icons if needed, and you can also add or remove shortcuts. And something that many people are interested in is that both models allow you to change the format or aspect ratio of any video you watch in any app, which is important if you want to get rid of the sometimes annoying black horizontal bars. Finally, I want to say that there is a big difference in their speaker systems, both in theory and in practice. Both TVs include subwoofers. The C6K's speaker system is powered by OnQ, while the C8K's is powered by Bank & Olufsen. The C6K's audio performance is good, but the C8K's is much better in terms of power, clarity and surround experience. To summarize, the C8K will have about 4 times the amount of brightness. You will have almost 7 times the dimming zones for the same sizes. I remind you that the brightness and dimming zones will vary according to each size. This means larger sizes will have more brightness and more dimming zones. With the C8K you will get a more premium design of the remote with backlit keys and a much more powerful speaker system. Both TVs have the same gaming technologies, but the C8K has a better overall performance and supports 288 Hz up to 1080p. And something I forgot to mention before is that in terms of design, the C8K's outer bezels are thinner and it doesn't have the inner black bezel that the C6K and other models have. And that's it. Please guys, let me know in the comment section down below if you think the differences you perceive in favor of the C8K are really worth paying a lot more to go for it, or if you definitely think the C6K will be more than enough for your personal use and taste. I remind you guys, you can support my channel by doing some purchases through the links I put in the description and in the first comment. Also clicking the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching and until next time.